Dr. John Kani.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President, Your Excellency. It is incredible to have you in this wonderful occasion of the BBC talking about black empowerment. And we're all products of that black empowerment. We thank you for your leadership, and we thank you for your commitment to this country and its people. And we thank the chair, the president of the BBC, for bringing us together and recognize us in the little things we do in our small little corners. I'm 82 years old. When I started, Mr. President, in 1965, I said to my father, I want to be an actor. He took me to a sangoma. And the sangoma made a mistake and said, your child is going to be bewitched because he's the breadwinner. I didn't have a job. And I didn't want to work at all. And today, because he gave me a chance to do what I really wanted to do, there are nearly 500,000 actors working in this country with the permission of their parents and the blessing of their society. Because I decided that the challenge of my father and the challenge of my community is actually an opportunity for me to prove I can do this. Yes, I can. When I won the Tony Award on Broadway for Best Actor, I went to visit a friend of mine who I took a cable to see his house, Gabi Makhumula, and his family were the first to congratulate us. When King Charles wanted to honor me as the officer of the most excellent order of the British Empire, I was invited during your dinner, and I told the minister that how come the president didn't give me a lift? He's alone in that jet. And we're going to the same place. And the minister said, John Dagaba, we've been in trouble about giving lifts. So it is indeed an honor and incredible for me to be here. I am the custodian of our culture. My job is social cohesion. My job is to look at us in the mirror and be proud of who we are. My job is to tell the stories of truth. When someone said to me, I'm a storyteller, I said, no, I'm a truth teller. And if it's uncomfortable for you, I don't care. I'm too old to care for you. So thank you, and thank you for this honor. I'm very proud.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. John Kani.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, Black Business Council. Mr. President, Your Honor, and all protocols observed. When I was invited about this Game Changer Award, I was humbled. Thanks a million to you, President Elias Mzwakhe, for the honor and the vision. I nearly said I would dedicate this award to Ibrahim Traore. But I was saying to the president, Umyegilo Trump. Because Mugabe told Tony Blair to keep his England. Look at his Zimbabwe. So our president promised that he was going to tell Trump to keep his America. Sometimes people ask me, who am I? I think it is important for me. I always explain who am I. Obviously, I introduced Nelson Mandela when he was inaugurated. But I should always say that all the time. But I'm told it's about the arts, my role in the arts, and also in the liberation struggle. I think it is important, just in case I die, or in case somebody says, who is this one? I became, Mr. President, fortunately you are here. There's one incident we did in the arts during the cultural boycott and the total isolation of South Africa. We stopped physically the OJs at Orlando Stadium, not to perform. They were cultural boycott busters. The SABC censored my music, SABC under apartheid, and SABC in a democratic South Africa. They have censored a popular song titled Vuga Taki, Vuga Mtumnyama, not Lala Taki. In this country, Mr. President, Vuga Taki, you'll hear the lyrics. I'm told I must just say a poem a little bit at the end. And then the airwaves in South Africa are not free, Mr. President. Huma Sikela, Miriam Makeba, Jonas Kwangwa, Kefa Semenya came to this country after 30 years. They were excited, looking forward to a free South Africa, only to find out that the airwaves were not free. When last did you hear their music? Instead, the American music dominates the airwaves in South Africa. I'm not sure whether there was a blunder at CODESA, whether the economy was discussed, was on the agenda at CODESA. Because total emancipation without economic power is meaningless. Stephen Bantu Biko said, the man was interrogated for 22 hours standing, naked. He said, the people were tired of becoming spectators in the economy, in the game they were supposed to be participating themselves. I think about the White House, somebody lied. If somebody distorts your history, will control your future. Any else talked about thanking the Americans about the Angolan war? No. The truth, the Battle of Equito Equana Valley in the southern Angola, thousand South African Defense Force members were trapped and surrounded by the Cuban soldiers, and Apple and Swapo. South Africa was defeated and surrendered, and the Resolution 435 UN was signed. Namibia gained its independence. So we will forever be indebted to Commander-in-Chief Fidel Castro and the Cubans who laid their lives for the liberation of the country. I give you the poem, Vuga Taki, the one that the SABC cannot play. The moment of truth has come. Now is the time. The time is now. Now is the time to unchain mental chains. Now is the time to break mental chains. Now is the time for soul searching. Now is the time to regain dignity and power. Poverty is color in South Africa. In South Africa, poverty is color. The economy is still in white hands. Minerals are still in white hands. Silence is no longer golden. Silence could mean cowardice. Vuga Taki, walala wasala. The most potent weapon of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Ukulimala kwengqondo, ukulimala komuntu, ukulimala komuntu, ukulimala komphakathi, ukulimala komphakathi, ukulimala kwesizwe, ukulimala kwesizwe, ukulimala komphakathi. Now is the time to change the narrative and change and think differently. People are colonized, people are westernized, people are brainwashed. Now is the time to vuga taki. People have become carbon copies of foreign cultures. Destiny is not determined by foreign concepts and designs. Destiny is determined by the choices we make. Vuga taki, walala wasala. Lastly, now is the time for patriotic love. Now is the time for patriotic love. Poverty, now is the time for patriotic love. Charity begins at home. Support township economy, kasi, rural economy, buy black, buy brilliantly, buy wisely. The future is in your hands. Vuga taki, walala wasa.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, a man who thinks in sonnets and ballads, Mr. Mzwake Mbuli. Vuga taki. Vuga taki. Oh, wow. Incredible. One more time for Ntate Mzwake Mbuli, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way all those words were on that small piece of paper. There's no way.